Hello everybody and welcome to another brand new episode here on Riverbend Springs, and that's not easy to say apparently. Right, as you can see we are out early doors in the tractor today, and in the Caterpillar tractor, in the Challenger tractor, and we are doing some ploughing, as you can see. Right, I've made quite a few adjustments now to, to the graphic settings, and I think I'm getting somewhere. So I changed a whole lot of settings, and it wasn't brilliant, and I made things terrible. So I've been continually in and out of the game to see what I could sort of try and do, and I think I've got it somewhere okay. It doesn't look nowhere near as bad as what it did do, so we'll take that as victory. Ploughing doesn't look as horrendous as it did before, he says. What's happened? Oh, there we go. But that does occasionally happen, so I do apologise, but as you all know, my PC is like 6-7 years old now, and it needs changing, which I'm reluctant to do because it's been such a good machine, but you know, I do want to be able to play FS25 to its full potential. So as you know, as I say, we are saving, and hopefully we'll get there one day, and one day soon as well. I want it yesterday. Does anyone else have the same sort of personality where it's a case of I need that, I wanted it yesterday, it's too late now? But anyway, it will all happen when it happens, so we'll be okay. But yeah, so as I say, we've got ploughing that's not too bad now. I can actually do some ploughing, and it doesn't look horrendous, which is good, because as I say, I was looking forward to doing ploughing in this game. But I think they've got the plough going in a little bit deep. So now if we were to get out another, if I can get my mouse to work, and we were to have a look at this, now it's jagged like this because their texture collision box things on the ground might be slightly out, but in real life, if you had that sort of happening on your ploughing, where it sort of juts out a bit from where it should have been, that tells you that you've got your plough in too deep for where your arms and your top link is set. So usually it's your arms. If you start to get this jagged, what you would do is, and I don't know, I mean, I've never been in one of these tractors, but if you look here, could be those, if I can I get my mouse up? No, I can't get my mouse up, but those two switches sort of at the back there, although they look like they might, no, that looks like they might be socket switches. So somewhere on your it might be you've got the blue little joystick, and then go across, you've got the orange joystick, but in the middle of them you've got two buttons there. That might be on that button there, on those buttons there. Oh no, there it is, look, I can see it. So the three at the back there, where you've got the arrow, yellow arrow pointing up and a red arrow pointing down, if I'm correct, that will be your draft on your arms. And what you would do is, you would need to set them, because that's doing that. Basically what's happening is the tractor and the plough are between them trying to bury it, and they're trying, it's trying to bury the plough into the ground. So you set your draft arms on your tractor so that when you drop the hitch, it will only go down to a set height, a preset height. So it would mean that while you were setting the plough up for ploughing, you'd have to keep getting in and out of the tractor to make sure that it's okay. But if you look at that furrow wall there, I mean, I would imagine that's a good 10 to 12 inches. It's far too deep for ploughing. You know, if you were going to be doing potatoes or something, you might want to plough, down at that depth. But for everything else, you wouldn't want to be ploughing that depth. If you were just going to be putting wheat and stuff in here, 8 inches maximum, 4 to 8 inches. But that is far too deep. That is. And that's why the tractor's struggling a little bit, and it's juddering because it's sort of trying to pull it through the ground, and it can't quite do it, as I say, because obviously you can't, in this game, you can't, sort of set the draft in the tractor, and all the draft does is basically you select the level where it's right, so that it's pulling the plough level. So the plough looks fairly level, so Giants have done a decent job there because the plough does look fairly level. And excuse me, another reason you might get that is the front furrow might be digging in too deep, and so then it's kicking up the back furrow, and the back furrow is then not catching all the ground because it's being kicked up. So that could be another thing you're looking. I mean, the way you sort of make sure that your plough is running level, you'd sort of get down to it like that, and as long as that big long beam was kind of straight, which, I mean, as much as I can tell in a computer game, that looks fairly straight, then you'd be okay. But as I say, that's ploughing far too deep. I think Giants needed to, when they did it, and they've done a fantastic job, and I'm not criticising, but I think moving forward, the improvements to be made, we should be able to set our depth that we want to plough at, and B, it would be nice if, and this would be a modder that would do this, if we could kind of set the depth of our arms so that they didn't just drop all the way down to the bottom, because I mean, you would have them that low to hitch trailers and stuff on. You would not have them that low for ploughing. That's far too low, like I say, and that's the reason why you're getting a good 10 to 12 inches there, I would say. But yeah, so that's the reason why. I don't know, but you're all probably sitting there going, "Oh, any chance of some farming?" As someone who used to plough pretty much every day at work, I have a little bit of passion for it, and a little bit of, well, I'd like to think a little bit of knowledge. There's probably, sort of old school ploughmen out there going, "Hey, how's he talking about?" But if I was ploughing, that's how I would be setting it up. And as I say, I've got quite a few ploughing certificates, not to brag, because it's hardly a Nobel Peace Prize, is it? But I've got, as I say, I've got a few ploughing, sort of awards, and a couple of match ploughing awards as well. So I'd like to think I sort of kind of know what I'm talking about, but who knows? Like I say, and I always say this, mainly just to cover myself, because I'm going to get some keyboard warrior that's going to come on and go, you know nothing or whatever. It's the way I would do it. I'm not saying it's the right way. By no stretch of the imagination am I saying it's the right way or the only way to do it. It's not. It's just my way of doing it. That's how I do it. But anyway, we're going to get this field ploughed. Once we get this field ploughed, we will then get on with some drilling. We're going to plough the one next door as well, but once we've got these ploughed, then we're going to get on with some drilling. So I'll switch over to a little bit of time lapse, and I'll see you in a little minute or two. So there we go. That has got that field ploughed. I think what we'll do is now we'll escape off and do some drilling. We'll get that field drilled. We're going to need we're going to need to go to the store as well at some point in this episode, because we need to get a set of rolls, a sprayer, and a flatbed, and a forklift. So, oh, actually, I may not have left that in the right place. I haven't. Let's just move forwards a little bit. Just put it there. Alright, let's have a look. Why you'll not come off? I had this bug yesterday. So what I had to do was tab around all my vehicles. Okay. Maybe it goes the other way then. But I had that bug yesterday. Yeah, I think it goes this way actually. Where I couldn't attach or detach from vehicles until I tabbed around all of my until I tabbed around all of the vehicles again. No, I still can't disconnect it. Oh, that would be the reason why. That would be the reason why I was right. I was right the first time. I had my tractor selected, not the plough, so there we go. Let's try that again, shall we? Right, there we go. Now, as I say, we'll get the planter, or the seeder, or the drill, or however you refer to it as, and then what we'll do is we will get that on. Excellent, we've got some seed there. How convenient! But we've got seed, so we don't need to worry about that this time around. Right, and then we'll get off to the field. I don't like this drill, it will be changed, but for now it will do. And we'll get this field, and I would eventually like to obviously get rice growing, but we haven't got a rice field, and I don't know how much that would cost to make one, and we haven't got a great deal. I know we've got 451,000, but in a short space of time we will have nowhere near that much. Actually, is there anything in the sale? Oh yeah, we'll buy that, shall we? I'd love to buy the combine. I absolutely would love to buy the combine. Own up time confession. I copied the save file from this little series, Let's Play, and I copied it over to another save game slot, and I did buy that combine on there, and I'm sort of doing it from there. Right, we need to go over like that. 3 headlands. No, we'll do 5. We need, because you need room to turn, and this is a swing drill, so, or hitch drill. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get this drilled, and then or not. Why is that not drilling? Oh, it is drilling, is it? If it is drilling, then oh, it is drilling. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, hang on. What's that say? Yield bonus 50%. Needs rolling. Yeah, we know it needs rolling. That didn't look like that was drilling for a second, but yeah, we're we're drilling quite happily. Right, what we'll do is I'll switch over to a little bit more time lapse and music, and we will get this drilled, and then the next field we'll get that ploughed next. So I'm going to plough both, but I just want to get this in first. You know, the day is sort of starting to run out on us. I'm only playing 1-day seasons anyway, so you know. Alright, where's my green line? There it is. Yeah, so the day's beginning to run short on us anyway, so I want to get this drilled and I want to get it rolled, and then once we've done that, then we're away and cooking. But and of course the secret to drilling is trying not to leave your wheelings in it. Now what I perhaps should have done, and I will do actually, what on earth is going on there? Is it really that short that it's catching like that? Crikey. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll actually drill the you should because it's dry, I could have drilled the headlands last, although sometimes when it is dry you'll drill the headlands first, because then you obviously haven't trampled on it at each end. But when it's a little bit, when conditions are ideal, you drill the middle of the field first and then drill your see, it's leaving the wheelings in. Why is it leaving wheelings in? Is that not drilling? That's what made me think last time it wasn't drilling, because it's leaving the wheelings in. Well, it's still drilling it, but... And that's another incident where if it was leaving the wheelings in, what we would do is again we would get out, again we would adjust the top link on drill and push that back a little bit. We would then also as well make sure there was plenty of pressure on those front discs, so that they were cutting in, and that's how you would begin to make sure that it is. I can't see what's happening. Is the textures are not catching up. I've seen a lot of complaints on sort of YouTube and on various different places and posts and stuff, of people saying that the texturing is really poor in terms of its tearing. You're getting a lot of flickering and stuff like that, which the flickering side of things I've not had quite so bad. There is an area of this map that I've been to where it flickers horrendously, and I thought it was my... Whoop, there's a post there, James. And I thought it was my computer, but it turns out that it's probably not, because one of the people that I've seen that has sort of complained about it has I know for a fact has a much better computer than what I do, and they're getting exactly the same as what I'm getting, and a lot of their things look exactly the same as mine. So that's what in the end sort of persuaded me to go back into the graphic settings and raise my graphic settings again, and put it back to where the game had it, because it might not necessarily be my computer. My computer wants to put this on Ultra as an auto setting. I have lowered it again. I've lowered it like I did in 22 down to medium, because there's just no need. As long as it looks not, sort of looks okay, and it's not flickering too badly, then it doesn't need to be on Ultra. Medium is fine. We're still getting the mirrors. We still get, sort of bits and pieces. I mean, I'm not even bothered about the mirrors. I could even turn them off, because it doesn't bother me about having my mirrors working either. Even that doesn't, as I say, concern me any. So we should catch that. Yeah, it's just about trying to. I mean, we're not going to be able to take our wheelings when we turn around on the ends, but when you're in the corners, it's the corners really where you need them off. And the sad thing is that when we come to roll this, the rolls will magically erase all of the wheelings anyway, which they just don't do in real life. All they do is firm them down. You can still see where your wheels have been. But yeah, so the rolls will magically get rid of, most of that anyway. So it seems to me like I've kind of fixed the ploughing textures, and now I've kind of got the same ploughing problems with drilling that I had, as I say, with ploughing. I seem to have fixed that, and that was just one setting, and I literally sort of turned that one setting down, and suddenly it was like, wow, so ploughing's working properly. Why did you quit? Need to pick that up, James, otherwise we'll bend the coals. Alright, we should be able to, but because I wasn't expecting that to quit on me, we have now got wheelings in that bit of drill, but it's okay. Like I say, although the wheelings and, you know, the fact that it leaves big prints now, and, you know, what we would all know as compaction, you know, the game still doesn't sort of punish you for it, so I'm not going to be over obsessed by it, but I'm sort of trying to just highlight that in real life, you know, if I left, you know, wheelings in the drilling at places where you wouldn't expect to see wheelings, you know, that something would be said, you know, something would be said. Yeah, it's you know, but on farming sim it just doesn't matter, because, as I say, the wheelings don't have no detrimental effect on crop yield or you know, or anything like that. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to switch over to some time lapse, and I'll see you at the end. So, we have nearly got this done now, which is good. And it hasn't used a great deal of seed at all. So I'm very grateful about that as well, because, as I say, we don't want to be buying too much seed if we can help it at this stage of our farming careers. But we will see what happens in terms of what we're going to put in the other the other fields. Not quite made my mind up there whether I want to put another field of rape in, or whether I want to you know, do sort of some other crops. Seeing as we're in America, I wouldn't mind doing soybeans and corn, because, you know, that's you know, popular widely grown crops. That's the phrase I was looking for. So I don't mind doing that. You know, and sort of try and keep it a little bit more American than sort of what we would do in England. But what I need to do now is we need a few bits from the store. We need this combine, this tractor. I'm joking. It'd be nice, but no, I am joking. So what we need to do, we needed some rolls. That's what we need. I'm not a fan of this new store, gotta be honest. I like the way the old one was set out, and also as well, it doesn't matter what I change graphically, it still jumps. Right, that's what I'm looking for, and we need them. Would have been nice if they would have been the ones in the shop sale, but alas, they are not. So we have to buy them. So what we'll do is, last job of the day, we'll get that rolled, and then we can then move forward to September, because I don't think I'm going to drill that second field of rape as I initially planned, because you know rape on the game can be a little bit of a cheat crop. The same, I suppose, with soybeans, but you know, I sort of don't want to you know, just grow sort of expensive crops, if you know what I mean, where we're going to get a bit of money for them. I mean, we are going to need money, but there are other ways we can earn it. And also as well, I'll here and there, as I've said before, I'll do the odd contract and what have you, especially if there's a contract on a machine that, you know, I've not used or I'm not likely to use for a very long time, i.e., you know, sort of pea harvest, or, you know, sort of spinach harvest or something like that, just because I want to try those machines out. But doing it the way that we do, and I don't just edit loads of money in, there's no point, you know. You play the game properly. It's a bit jumpy around here, blimey. This is the issues that I've been having, I do apologise. It may be just the shader caches being updated, because since the last time we've played, I have changed a lot of my graphic settings again, and so it could just be that. I do find the next time that I load the game in after I've changed some settings, it is a little bit jumpy, especially when I get near to a lot of buildings, and then the next time I load it in, it runs fine everywhere, sort of thing. Like, but could be that. But as I say, I'm having big trouble with this game in terms of getting it graphically right, you know, so that we've got a game that we can enjoy watching without it jumping all over the place. I wasn't just going to try and beat that car, but I thought better not. And as it was, he was slowing down and going my way anyway. I wouldn't mind buying that field of rape there either. I think that field would be quite a nice field for us to have, because it is on the gate of the farm entrance on the other side there, so it'd be quite a nice field to do. But what we'll do is we'll maybe consider buying that when oh, I've gone the wrong way. I'll maybe consider buying that when the crop's been harvested, because I don't like doing that either, where, you know, like, you sort of go, oh, there's a big field of soybeans, yeah, we'll have that, you know, and then we'll chuck a load of fertiliser in and then combine it, and, you know, we've sort of got all the benefit for literally no work. So I'm sort of not keen on doing that, so I'll wait. If I do buy that field, I will wait till the crop has gone. But as I say, we'll get this rolled, and then we'll see where we're at. It's going to take a little while to roll, but not as long as it did to drill, thankfully. Alright. So AI is saying one breed round, which I suppose is right really for rolling. Yeah, we'll stick with that. That's fair enough. That's what pretty much we would do on the farm. So with these rolls, actually, you're supposed to reverse when you're unfolding them. We had a set of these rolls on the farm. We had I think 3 sets altogether. We had a set of Verdestat like these, and we also had a 24-meter set of Diablo rolls and a 24-meter set of Cousins rolls. And that was what we did all of our rolling with. And each roll, or each set of rolls was set up slightly differently. So if it was fairly dry and there wasn't much moisture about, it would be the Rexus rolls that we would use. If it was a little bit cloddier, we would use the Cousins rolls because they were slightly heavier. So therefore, the rolls would sort of break up some more of the clods. And I tell you what does make me laugh is the fact that giants seem to think that every job on the farm is done at 7 miles an hour top speed. It's kind of like, it's kind of like, we do stuff quicker. I mean, rolling, I could be doing anything up to about 10 miles an hour at work, rolling, especially in big fields. Not 7, because when you're sort of rolling the amount of acreage that we would have to roll, because sometimes, like in the autumn, if we were, if I was on the drill, because everyone else was tied up with, potato harvest or carrot harvest or whatever harvest, or whatever job, I would have to drill a massive block. I'd drill a block of wheat or whatever crop I was drilling, and then I'd have to go back and then go on the rolls. Well, in order to make sure that I didn't miss too much drilling, I'd have to go quite quickly with the rolls to get across the land. And as well, you're only rolling, you don't need to be going slow when you're rolling, you just need to don't go too fast, because otherwise there's no point rolling. That there is a line, there is a balance and line to kind of sort of find, because like I say, if you go too quick, then there's no point rolling it anyway, because they're just bouncing along the ground. But usually I could get about 8 to 10 miles an hour out of it. 10 miles an hour would be my sort of speed of choice. That's what I would be looking to sort of do. Do you know what I mean? But not 7, because it would take too long. Right, we've just missed that little bit there, but it doesn't matter. In real life, you wouldn't go spinning around all over the crop. Well, you get a weird, almost like a harvested texture after you've rolled. That's weird, unless that's my computer again. But anyway, what we'll do is we'll flip over back to some time lapse. We'll get this done really quickly. This won't take too long, and then we'll see where we're at. So see you in a minute. And there we go, we've just about got this one done. I didn't think that was going to take too long with the size of these rolls. I did forget to look how wide they are, but I'm guessing they're in and around 12 metres, I would imagine. So it's never going to take too long to get a field rolled. But anyway, I think that is for this episode going to be where I leave it. As much as I would like to carry on, and as you all know, I do have the memory issue. There you go. Look, then you draw forward, look, and then the wheels. There you go. It comes in then. But yeah, so as I say, I do have the memory issues with the computer, so I can't go for too long. Otherwise, what happens is that it won't then convert. So I'll leave it there. We've still got that plough to field. No, we've still got that field to plough. And then as I say, well, maybe in the next episode we need to get a forklift or telehandler or something. And also I want to get rid of these as well. I don't really want these here, and I just don't want the animals altogether, really. I mean, they're not really hurting too badly there, I guess, but I would like to get some productions going, and this would be quite a nice area for productions. But anyway, we'll wait and see. But thanks ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't done already, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.